placing the DC Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control.
I'm just ecstatic. I've been saying that a long time ago. The federal government should take over the DC Police Department.
And Trump earlier saying he's deploying the National Guard to the nation's capital and placing police under federal control now. Let's bring in DC Police Union Chairman.
Yeah, let's hear what he got to say. Let's hear what he got to say as we close. Yeah, because you remember, Trump don't care about the violence and stuff in there. The crime is down. Crime is down. So let's hear what this man has to say before we bounce.
Thank you so much, sir, for being here. So from your view, is this necessary?
Well, look, we completely agree with the president that crime in the District of Columbia is out of control and something needs to be done with it.
Wait, where's Abby Phillips? Where's all the folks who's sweeping down crime? This guy right here is on the ground level, so he knows. Let's see.
We have to go back to how we got here, though. In 2020, the D.C. City Council passed an enormous amount of legislation that handcuffed police officers, exposes them to administrative, civil, and even criminal liability.
And you wonder why crime went up. There you go. They treated these police officers just like that former principal that I had when I first got into education, who tied the arms of the teachers, and they was wondering why all of the chaos increased when it comes down to the discipline issues in the school. They was wondering why.
And when they do their jobs properly. And now 5 years later, our authorized sworn strength is 4,000 sworn police officers. We currently have 3,180.
Yeah, because folks don't want to be a part of that. When they say, I'm going to be a police officer for nothing. If I go ahead and apply and become a cop in this SO-ran Democrat city, I'll be a cop for nothing. Hey, buddy, so you can't be up here keying those cars, man. Shut up, man, whatever. Yeah, call up Mayor Bowser. She got my back. Call up the other woke police chief who don't know what the chain of command is. They got my back. I'm under a certain age. Y'all can't do nothing to me. That's what would happen. So now you, as a police officer, got to sit there and go, man, see? Man, can't never. That's all you can do.
So we have more than 800 vacancies for the position of police officer. And the way the department makes up for that gap is through 2 million hours of mandatory overtime every year. So the fact that we need help from federal law enforcement and maybe even the National Guard, it shouldn't come as a surprise. And we agree with that. I think one of the issues here, though, is that we all know that's going to be temporary. So in order to fix this problem and make sure that it doesn't ebb and flow and that the feds come in and we lower crime and then they leave and we're left holding the bag, it's very important that people know that there is underlying legislation that needs to be corrected so that we can actually properly staff this police department in order to properly police the city.
So basically what he's saying is that the woke DC leadership handcuffed the officers and making their job more difficult, and thus crime went up and police officers went down. Yeah, because they're going, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be brought in and Derek Chauvin because I actually did my job. Yeah, when the leadership doesn't have our back, why would we go out of our way to go ahead and try to bring crime down? So what we're going to do instead, because we got bad policies that led to the crime going up, is we're going to get somebody who's compromised and will come out and cook the books and make it appear that crime is going down, so you can't hold us accountable for our raggedy behind policies that resulted in crime going up. Yeah, that's what happened. All right, we're almost done. Let's go.
Increase in federal surveillance and guns on the streets really the answer here?
Yes. Now, do you see this dummy with this bobblehead, this skinny behind neck, this race baiter?
Rena?
Put it this way, Brad, it's a starting point. And I'm not somebody who says that lightly. I say that as somebody who has been a DC resident for nearly 2 decades. I have seen firsthand what DC has gone through post-pandemic, and it has been tough. And though crime may be down right now, it will come right back up because Mayor Muriel Bowser's leadership has failed time and time.
Stop her, Al Sharpton. You weren't expecting that. This lady's a liberal, too.
Time again. And I have given her a chance. Many people across the city have given her a chance to say, you can do better for us. You can keep our communities safer from violent carjackings that have resulted in deaths. Deaths on K Street, which is a business hub. Death of an Uber driver simply trying to deliver food in Navy Yard. These stick out to me because these aren't isolated incidents. It's just part and parcel with what comes with raising a young family in the nation's capital like I have.
Oh my. By now they should be in skinny neck Al Sharpton's ear going, stop her. You need to interrupt her. Interrupt her now.
Those things she all mentioned are all fine and well, but none of it speaks to how safe Washington, D.C. actually is. It is not a safe city. It is not a city that is well run because guess what? The minority seat on the council has never even been, in my recollection, for at least a decade and a half, if not more, been occupied by a member of a minority party.
But, you hear? Here comes the big butt. Doing the butt.
Republicans. So blame can be put everywhere. And I don't want to make this a partisan issue. My heart sinks when I think of the countless young people who are committing these crimes. Boys as young as 14.
Yeah.
We know there's a fatherlessness crisis, but I am saying this. The mayor needs to acknowledge that the city has failed. And she has had many chances to prove she can do better. The council has had many chances to prove they can do better.
But is it the mayor's job or the president's job?
We've been
Is it the man? Because obviously you didn't listen to the lady's whole rant. Skinny neck. Yeah. If it was the mayor's job, then she should have been doing it. The woman was just laying out a case to show that the mayor ain't doing her job. But here you come in. Is it the mayor's job or the president? Well, if you can't do the job, how about you send in somebody who can? If she was doing her job, you think the president would still feel like he had to come in and do it? You think Trump's just walking around looking for things that aren't problems just to jump on board and say, oh, I know that's not a problem. They're doing a great job over there, so I'm going to go ahead and step in. No, the only reason he felt he needed to step in is because of how horrible she's doing. And then we'll close with this lady who, of course, said something that actually goes against the false and fake news narrative. Here we go.
Talking so much about the numbers, and yeah, usually that's how you play devil's advocate, is you talk about, oh, well, stats say crime is down. Mm-hmm. However, I can tell you firsthand here in downtown D.C. where
this is not what they wanted to hear. Somebody who said, yeah, miss me with those bootleg stats and stuff. I'm on the ground level. I'm seeing it with my own eyeballs. I don't care about you saying that, well, look, that's just crime is down 30-some%. Crime is down 30-some. Crime is down 30. Crime is down 30-some%. Crime is down. Tell me that all day long. But what I'm going to judge that on is me going outside and saying how many cars got stolen. Wow, did you see that? Look at these people in broad daylight. Look at this person get jumped. Look at this. Ooh, are they shooting again? They shooting again? That's the stuff that makes you feel like, okay, the streets are dangerous versus crime is down. Crime is down. Here we go.
we work right here around our bureau. Just in the past 6 months, there were 2 people shot. 1 person died, literally 2 blocks down here from the bureau. It was within the last 2 years that I actually was jumped walking just 2 blocks down from here. And then just this morning, one of my coworkers said her car was stolen a block away from the bureau. So we can talk about the numbers going down, but crime is happening every single day because we're all experiencing it firsthand while working and living down here.
Yep. That right there is the reality check that many of these people out there going, Trump must go. Trump must go. That always brings it home. When things happen to you, when you actually feel it and realize that, whoa, I'm out here protesting against stuff that is reckless and crazy that's going on. I'm out here supporting that, talking about some Trump must go, and I just got mugged. That'll change your mind real quick. It's like all of these people out here that just love illegal immigrants. Love them. Swearing down that Trump's a fascist and he just hates these people. And then you see all of the victims of illegal immigrant crime across the country. I guarantee you, if they had people in their family that was pro-illegal immigration, and then you find out an illegal immigrant was responsible for what? That changes your whole perspective. That makes you say, oh man, these folks got to go. They got to go. Yeah, now it's come home to me. Same thing. It ain't even got to be something like you get violently attacked or killed or something by an illegal immigrant. It just simply has to be they threw a whole bunch of them in your neighborhood. And you start seeing the effects and impact that it has on your community. Then you start going, hey man, somebody got to do something about these folks. Let this type of crime get dropped in all of these protesters' neighborhoods, all of these Democrat neighborhoods. Let this type of crime get dropped right into all of these fake news network hosts that's coming out talking about Trump's just doing this because he don't really care about crime and stuff. He does because he's racist. He racist. Let that mess get dropped in their neighborhood and watch them be talking about send in the National Guard, just like they did up in Martha's Vineyard when a small drop of illegal immigrants got dropped in there and they sent in a full-blown National Guard for that. But yet when Trump sent them in up there in LA, this right here is overstepping, it's over, he's reaching it. All of that stupid stuff that they bring out. But yet when it comes to their neighborhood, their community, they're like, get them out of here.
There's some kings in the building. Throw your fist up and show some respect. There's gorillas in here. Gorilla in here. There's gorillas in here. Gorilla in here.